This week on the Steele Report.
No matter what faith you subscribe to, that faith journey tells you that if you do these things, or if you believe these things, then you can begin to experience life in the way that it was intended to be.
Pastor Quavadas Marshall of Hope City Church looks ahead to Easter Sunday. Plus,
so we do a lot of building, continuing to build these ladies up so that way when they go into their next version of their life, that they are very much prepared.
the local Club La Dames empowers young African American women. And our program begins right now.
Now from KWWL, this is the Steele Report.
And right now on the Steele Report, I want to welcome two members of a local club, Club La Dames, started back in 1960. And we have Colisha Williams here in the middle. Colisha, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming here. And also Lolita Montgomery. Montgomery is a very well-known Waterloo name, so we appreciate, Lolita, you coming in here today. Let's talk real quickly about what the club does, because it has been around now for 64 years. And Lolita, why don't you start that and tell us what it's all about?
Club La Dames started about 60 years ago as the brainchild of Ola Belle Reed Reed, that was actually her maiden and married name, and Janet Norman Jackson, who were concerned about the lack of venues for young black women and avenues to promote their intellectual growth as well as community service and just having fun together. So along with about 20 other young black women, they formed Club La Dames.
Colisha, you have a big event coming up. I think it's, by my recollection, I think it started in 1987, actually. Why don't you tell us all about it coming up in April 13th, I believe.
Yes, so we will have our annual debutante cotillion on Saturday, April 13th. Starting at 7 o'clock, that's when the doors will open, and the program begins at 7:30. And we have 16 young ladies from Black Hawk County that we will be presenting to the community, presenting all of their accolades, their community service, their academic achievements, and then their future plans. And so we will highlight them to the community that day.
Yeah, the cotillion is open to the public too, isn't it, by the way? It's not, It's not limited to anyone. Anyone come in and see the great achievements of these young African American. I believe they're all seniors this year?
All seniors. So each of the young women are paired with one of the club members, so it does serve as a mentorship. But then we also, throughout the 4 or 5 months that we are together, host different workshops that help with, continue with academic achievement, talk about future skills of going off to college. We also do etiquette, self-esteem. So we do a lot of building, continuing to build these ladies up so that way when they go into their next version of their life, that they are very much prepared for all of the life's good and not so good moments, but we want to
and there
be
are
able
plenty
to,
of both.
Yes, and there are plenty of both.
And the cotillion is actually our largest fundraiser.
Okay.
And the proceeds that we realize are actually used to provide scholarships for African American seniors, both male and female, in the community.
So one of the things we need to talk about real quickly is what's the best way to get tickets to this April 13th event?
Yes, so we have tickets being sold on Eventbrite. So if you go on Eventbrite and type in Club La Dames, you'll be able to purchase a ticket that way online. Or you can contact us via email at Club La Dames, so CLUBLESDAMES @gmail.com.
And in addition to providing scholarships, over the years you've helped out other nonprofits right here in the area and other activities, so that's fantastic. So the cotillion coming up on April 13th, that's kind of like an event to really let these young ladies shine. And will their works, you mentioned a little bit, the works will be shown, some of their achievements, all laid out for everybody?
Yes. This is the opportunity for us to allow these debutantes to shine and show the world about all of their achievements, and they get the chance to have a moment in time that is just for them. So they don't have to share that. They're decked out in all of their beautiful white gowns, and we kind of liken it to, a wedding. And when you're in a wedding, you're sharing that moment with your family and your spouse, your soon-to-be spouse. But this is just really meant for them to be able to highlight everything that they've accomplished and then their future accomplishments.
Yeah, and Lolita, you mentioned this is a fundraiser, an important fundraiser for Club La Dame. So what do you see as the future of the club as you're moving forward? How do you expand? How do you reach more young women here in the city across Blackhawk County?
We feel that we do a very effective job of reaching the young African American seniors in the schools in our community. And we really rely on high school counselors, word of mouth, former Debs to spread the word. Of course, we use social media and all of those avenues for also spreading the word and getting them interested in wanting to become a part of this. And one thing I wanted to mention about Club La Dames is that our club consists of women from varying ages. You know, we have them from one end of the age spectrum to the younger, and we have generational members. Those who have their mothers have been in the club, or their aunts have been in the clubs, and then we have those who have been former Debs themselves. So it's something that we're really proud of, the legacy.
Quilicia, I think you were alluding to yourself there, weren't you? So
Yes.
tell me a little bit about your experience.
Yeah,
What was
so
that
I
like?
was a former Deb of 2002. That was my year, and the experience of working with my mentors during that process and getting to learn more about my cohort and keeping in touch with all of them. But also it was a nice accolade that I went through as my high school career, and then being able to now give back to the debutantes that we have now of my experience, and hoping that this is a night that they will remember, and allow them to also give word of mouth to their future generations that follow up behind them.
I was going to say, how often do you meet? Do you have a regular meeting for the club?
Yes. So for the club, we meet once a month.
Okay.
And then as far as the debutantes, we begin our process starting in September, where we send out applications, and there's a due date within the next couple of months. And then starting from December until April, we meet periodically for our workshops, other information, dance practices, community service. So there's a lot that we jam pack in from December to April, but it's a great experience.
We allow the girls opportunities to discuss things that are important to them, and those are the kinds of things that they bring up. We try to ensure that the workshop topics are relevant and timely to their time, to their experiences. Something that is very attractive to me is the building of relationships with these young ladies, and seeing them launch after high school. It's just exciting to watch. And even during the night of the cotillion, to watch their families and their parents especially just beam with pride on looking at their daughter and hearing about their accomplishments. And another way for community members to support our efforts are to purchase ads for our cotillion booklet, and those can be business ads, they can be congratulatory acknowledgments for the individual debutantes, and we highly encourage that.
Fantastic. And Quilicia, you wanted to mention more about how many you've had over the years, how many debutantes, and the scholarships too, right?
Yes. So from 1987 to current, we've had over 550 debutantes participate. And so that is, once you see it laid out, you're like, this is an amazing accomplishment, even for the community. And also with the purchase of advertisements, that goes to scholarships. And so we've handed out thousands of dollars in scholarships to the community, either debutantes and you don't have to be a debutante to also apply for the scholarships. And similar, to learn more about our scholarships, you can go to our Facebook page, Club La Dames, and information will be presented there about how to apply.
So the Cotillion coming up on April 13th, that's your major event of the year, but you were saying also there are many things going on. You meet once a month during the entire year. It's not just on the Cotillion. Yeah.
Right, right. So we participate in community service work as club members and also encourage that with our debutantes. We also provide financial support, limited, to organizations in the community. We plan other social events. So it's more than just the Cotillion. And one of the things that we want to get back to since COVID is focusing more on the things that we were founded on, like the educational growth of our members, the intellectual growth of our members, the physical and spiritual growth of our members. So we will start getting more into those types of activities.
Perfect. Okay, well, ladies, thank you so much for taking the time to come in. I really appreciate it. Hope you'll be making plans to attend the Cotillion through the La Dames Club here, the Club La Dames. We appreciate that. It goes back 64 years. Can you believe that? But the big event coming up on April 13th at the Waterloo Convention Center, and we put up all the ways you can get tickets here on the screen. More on the Steel Report in just a moment.